We've been trying to fit in, but now it's our time to stand out. Class of 2014, I have been proud to be a member of this class, but let's go out and show the world who the Pagosa Springs High School Class of 2014 is. Thank you.
I learned the concept of true leadership from Coach Janowsky. How to genuinely listen to everyone, how to demonstrate by example, how to show compassion in every action. He taught me that treating girls with respect was the best way to create long-lasting relationships. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have become half the man that I am today. This district has been blessed to have him as part of their faculty for over 20 years. And it is my great privilege to introduce the 2014 commencement speaker, Coach Janowsky.
I'm honored that you would ask me to speak on what amounts to your final day of high school. For the first time in a long time, I'm at a loss for words. And I'm touched by your request. I'm humbled by it, and I'm also concerned. You see, I've been working on this for 6 weeks, and I never really quite finished. It wasn't due to procrastination as it might have been in my younger years. It was due to writer's block and a series of difficult circumstances, and at times, overwhelming responsibilities. I know you'll forgive me for this if it's not quite what you envisioned. And how do I know? Well, you asked me to be here. And that means you've already forgiven me 1,000 times for 1,000 shortcomings and failures. I'd like to offer one more thing, a little old school skill that's probably overdone at one time and probably underdone today, and that is memorization. We used to have to memorize all kinds of things, and today people say, you don't need to use that. What's good? You know, you always got Google. I'm going to tell you something. I want to read that, pardon me. We used to memorize all kinds of things. Today people say you don't need your memory. They have Google. Well, let me tell you something. A good memory is a good tool to have. I got a new perspective on education a few years ago when my father, now in his 70s, and I were out spring turkey hunting. It was a day much like today, a beautiful day in May. And on the drive home, he began to recite a poem. You may have heard me say it. It goes like this. My mind lets go 1,000 things, like dates of wars and deaths of kings, and yet recalls the very hour. 'Twas noon by yonder village tower, and on that last blue noon in May, the wind came briskly up this way, crisping the brook beside the road, and pausing here, set down its load of pine scents, and shook listlessly 2 petals from that wild rose tree. And then he chuckled at himself, and he said, I forgot all about that poem. They made me learn that in high school. So see, you don't really know what all you're going to use or what all you're going to need. So get everything you can, every day you can. My time as a teacher in Pagosa Springs has been much like that very hour, that last blue noon in May. And I would like to thank each and every one of you who shared that moment with me, which has lasted for 33 years. Thank you.
Cause electrons bond and break into 1,000,000 pieces. The universe becomes self-aware and then it ceases to build androids for toys and bombs for war. But that's a simple question. Is that what I was built for? Take your step into infinity. You gotta question everything while you're still listening. Just remember to seize the day. Don't care what other people think and say. Mark it on your calendar, don't walk away. Cause even if you're lonely, I'll be here to stay. So just remember to seize the day. Don't care what other people think and say. Mark it on your calendar, don't walk away. Cause even if you're lonely, I'll be here to stay.
Matea Burns Weirstruck.
Keenan Blake Early. Carter Walker Walsh. Devin Lane Mulberry.
Notice the fish hooks in their hats?
Oh no, I didn't.
They're the only three ready to survive the real world. Out of all those graduates. It's in the top of their hat. Put your hats down just a tiny bit so we can see the fish hooks.
Yeah, there you go, baby.
Don't care what other people think and say. Mark it on your calendar to walk away. Cause even if you're lonely